This is the Ovation 13,000 BTU portable air conditioner, and here's my honest take after actually using it day to day. I picked it up to solve a very specific problem. I turned a small outbuilding into my office, and it has no central heat or AC. I wanted something I could set up without cutting a hole in a wall, something I could move if I ever rearrange the space, and something I could control from my phone when I'm buried in work. I had doubts because portable ACs can be loud and not always efficient, but I decided to try it. From my experience, it's handled my needs really well. Key features that matter to me start with the 3-in-1 design. It cools, it dehumidifies, and it runs as a fan. The cooling number on the box is 13,000 BTU. BTU is just a way to describe how much cooling power the unit can deliver. You'll also see 850 SAC listed for this model. SAC means seasonally adjusted cooling. It's a rating that accounts for real-life conditions like heat loss and humidity, so it's a more realistic number. In my opinion, that honesty in the specs helps set expectations. With that in mind, it's rated for spaces up to about 500 square feet. My office is smaller than that, which is probably why it feels quick and steady once it's running. Setup was plain and simple. The exhaust hose twists into place, the window kit slides to fit, and I didn't need any extra tools. I made sure the window seal was snug because that's where portable ACs can lose efficiency. If you've never used a portable unit, all you really need to know is it pulls warm air and moisture out of the room and pushes the hot air outside through that hose. Good sealing is the difference between cool and wow, that's actually chilly. The unit has wheels, so scooting it into the right corner was easy. I positioned it close enough to the window to keep the hose as straight as possible, and that helped airflow. The Wi-Fi control is a big reason I went with this model. The app works on both iPhone and Android. I use it to power the unit on before I walk out to the office, set the target temperature, pick the mode, and change fan speed. It's basic but responsive, which is exactly what I want. There's also a remote and a clear LCD on the unit. Between those, I almost never touch the physical buttons. Small note from setup. The app asked me to connect to 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, which is typical for smart home gear. It paired on the second try and has stayed connected. Cooling performance has been solid. On hot afternoons, it brings the room down to a comfortable level and keeps it there without constant fiddling. It doesn't short cycle, and it doesn't overshoot by a mile. The airflow is strong and directional enough that I can point it away from my desk and avoid a cold blast right on my back. It also has a sleep mode that softens the fan noise and trims the output a bit at night, though I mostly use it during work hours. Noise is always a concern with portable ACs. This one is not whisper quiet, but it's not a roar either. On low fan, I can take video calls with no complaints. On high, it's more of a steady whoosh. I put a small rubber mat under the unit to cut down vibration on my floor, and that helped. If you're sensitive to noise, placing it a few feet farther from your chair and running medium fan instead of high is a good balance. Humidity control has made a real difference. During sticky weeks, the dehumidifier mode took that clammy edge out of the air. The room just feels fresher and less heavy, which helps a lot with focus. Portable ACs naturally remove moisture while cooling, and this one keeps that in check without much fuss. The air never feels damp or musty. I keep the filter clean because a clogged filter kills performance. A quick rinse does the trick. Energy use is reasonable for the output. In my opinion, it cools efficiently for a single hose portable. My utility bill didn't spike in a scary way, even when I ran it for most of the workday. If you're new to portable ACs, a single hose design can pull a little bit of warm air in from cracks or other rooms because it exhausts air outside. In extreme heat, a dual hose model is sometimes more efficient. For my office and climate, this Ovation has been more than fine. Build quality and design feel practical. The plastic housing is sturdy, the wheels roll smoothly, and the hose connection feels secure. The look is clean and modern enough that it doesn't scream appliance in the corner. The interface is simple. Big temperature numbers, clear mode icons, and straightforward buttons. I appreciate that it doesn't hide basic settings behind confusing menus. I had a couple of small worries going in. I was unsure about the real cooling power because 13,000 BTU and 85.0 SAC can sound like marketing versus reality. After living with it, the SAC number aligns well with what I feel in the room. I also wondered about Wi-Fi reliability. Aside from the pairing quirk, it's been stable. The only workflow tweak I made was adding a foam strip to improve my window seal. That reduced warm air creep around the edges. Use cases where this shines are pretty clear. It's perfect for home offices, bedrooms where a window unit isn't allowed, rentals where you can't do permanent changes, garages or hobby rooms, and spaces you only need to cool part-time. From my experience, it's best when you can close the door, seal the window kit well, and let it work without fighting open windows or constant foot traffic that brings in warm air. If you're comparing this to a window unit, you trade a bit of peak efficiency for flexibility. You don't have to lift a heavy box into the window and you keep your view. If you're comparing it to a mini split, the mini split will be quieter and more efficient, but it's a bigger commitment and cost. This is that middle ground that gets you comfortable quickly without major install. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants reliable cooling with simple setup and the convenience of a smart app. If you value being able to roll the unit from one room to another, or you're in a space where permanent installs aren't an option, this checks the right boxes. If your room is large, hot, and gets full sun all day, plan on closing blinds and pre-cooling with the app to help it keep up. That strategy works well for me. In my opinion, Evation got the balance right here. Real-world cooling that matches the SAC rating, an app that just works, and a setup that's friendly even if you've never installed a portable AC before. It's not silent, and it's not magic, but it's consistent, which is what I need when I'm trying to get work done without sweating through a keyboard. In conclusion, the Evation 13,000 BTU portable air conditioner has earned its spot in my office. It cools evenly, trims humidity, and stays easy to control whether I'm at my desk or across the house. It won me over with practical performance and no-nonsense setup. I will share detailed information about the Evation 13,000 BTU portable air conditioner in the comments section. Everyone, thank you for watching.